I'm going to let Samantha kind of take over and bring in some of our guests, our attendees, to see what questions they have. And maybe you can stay, if you're okay, Dan, to hang around a little bit.
Absolutely. I've got, I don't know, what time is it? I've probably got I've got a little bit of time left.
Okay, thanks. And by the way, not to put you under any pressure, we are streaming live on social media, so just so you know.
Which is why I'm wearing a collared shirt and comb my hair.
And I took off my pajamas, just so you know.
Life in the Zoom world, right?
Yeah. Definitely. Lots of questions did come in, and I did interrupt you because it was about the measuring, and more questions came in from that. So the question was, can anyone use the measurement tool, or is it you as the creator? And I thought that was a great question.
That is a great question. You know, originally we had a measurement tool that was only available to the creators, right? The person that created the Matterport. It's now something that is available to all users and is part of our standard sort of public showcase.
Awesome.
Yep.
That's what I thought, but I wanted to confirm with you.
And Samantha, and don't forget Dave and Jason and Tracy. If they have questions, yes, we got to let them jump into.
Yes, you definitely. Somebody asked, can you give the user these tools to play around with their own curiosity and see in the dimensions?
Yeah, absolutely. So everything that I just showed you right there is I'm viewing through the end user experience, right? That's not any of the creator experience there, right? So measurement tool, if you've got those tags in there, they can view all of those. So yeah, all of those tools are available to anyone looking at a model.
And then someone asked if you could share your statistics again that you had mentioned.
Sure.
Either send them or share them again if you wouldn't mind.
Post them too, Samantha.
Yep, it's they're 31% less time on market and 9% higher sales price. Those, I mean, that's the big one. And then actually the one that I missed that I didn't get up to, which is my favorite, 55% of buyers that we surveyed said they'd consider buying a home sight unseen with a Matterport 3D tour.
That's a good segue, what you just said. And I can say that because I'm going to probably interrupt if I can, Samantha. I want Dave to chime in because he can speak to that better than anyone. Dave, tell us what I'm talking about.
So specifically, before say March 14th, 15th came along and everything got shut down, the Matterport was just a great tool for us to have to be able to showcase homes. And Dan put it perfect. I wish I had questions for Dan, but he elaborated so well that there's just no need. He answered every question before I had it. I think what it does more than anything is confirm their interest. That was an excellent way of putting it. But moving from March 14th to now, it's become a great tool for not only the listing that Brett showed at Conestoga Road there. Unfortunately, that listing basically went live within hours of the governor shutting down the state of Pennsylvania and realtors not being able to do any in-person activities. But since then, I've gotten so many responses, inquiries about the property, and people can't wait to see it in person solely based on that Matterport showing, so to speak. Everybody knows the first showing is online. So this actually just makes it even better. So another listing we have, what has gone since March 14th, has gone under contract 3 times, 2 of which, unfortunately, they had to withdraw because both buyers got laid off. So that's, unfortunately a bad byproduct of the horrible byproduct of what's going on now. But they all went under contract 3 separate times because of this Matterport, because it was in a good area, priced right, and people felt comfortable that they were getting a true representation of the property itself. Now it's under contract again. It's been, a week and a half now, so I'm crossing fingers, hoping this doesn't. Actually, these buyers are in the medical world, so that seems to be a pretty stable profession right now. But yeah, it's become something that I don't know that we ever really imagined before this all happened.
And Dan, I had another experience where it's a 1-bedroom condo. And when we first got your technology, when we originally saw Josh Altman from Bravo TV using it, we thought, okay, great. This product only really makes sense for the luxury market, right? These homes that are 10 gazillion dollars. And what we pivoted and decided initially that's what we were going to use it for. And then we said, wait a minute, let's use it for everything. So I have an example of a 1-bedroom condo in Old Forge Crossing, those on the call that know where it is. And that property is under contract. We sold it one time already, and it fell out. The buyer, who works in the restaurant industry, couldn't get their mortgage because they lost their job. And then about a week ago, we put it back on, and it's subject to a personal inspection. So it's an agreement of sale. It's executed, signed, and without your technology, that sale wouldn't have happened. So that's all I can say right now. It's a huge benefit.
I've heard I've been doing this for 5 years. I've been with Matterport for 5 years now. I'm one of the old guys around the office, but I've heard all the anecdotes. My favorite still comes out of my hometown, and I live about 70 miles outside of Chicago, in typical Midwestern Rust Belt city that's still recovering from losing all their manufacturing 30 years ago. Our average home value is around $110,000.
Whoa.
Yeah, certainly low. And one of an acquaintance of mine decided to become a real estate agent, right? As transitioning from his sort of AV role into real estate. And with his first month, he won his first listing. And he asked me, he asked me if I'd do a Matterport for him. I asked my wife if we'd do a Matterport for him. And he went and got professional photography done as well and all this stuff. And this is a conservative town. People have been doing real estate the same way for 30 years. If we still had a listing book, they would still use it if given the option, I think. But the old guys in the office were just ragging this poor kid for kind of putting all of this money into this. The first listing, it was maybe a $90,000 listing. It wasn't a huge listing. He was putting a sizable chunk of his commission into marketing this as sort of his first listing. It sold in 4 days, sight unseen, to someone from Wisconsin. Didn't even bother to come down and look at. Said, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Made the offer. Came in $3,000 over asking price so he could grab it, and it was done. Right? And he puts a Matterport on every tour he does now. Right? And uses that exact same story. Every house has the right buyer, right, for what it is. It doesn't matter if it's a trailer or if it's a mansion, right? Your house is your castle.